You know what would have made sense is if I actually went towards this big bulkhead door that I looked at, and then I really am like an old lady. I just gotta... I keep forgetting to like... It's like plugging in an HDMI cable or something.
And they feel no pain. The process is completely humane.
Humane, Professor? That we judge the acceptable level of suffering by the human condition? Ask the beggar, Professor. Ask the orphan. Ask the whore. Ask the starving, Professor. The weak, the sick, the filthy. Ask them to define your humane.
See, parts of that sound like it's coming from, like, empathy, almost. The way he's wording that is like, well, think about how, the disenfranchised and the impoverished feel about what your idea of humane is, all right? Like, that as an example. But it's like, he dodged the question, first of all. And second of all, because the answer to that question is, no, it's not humane. We're torturing and killing people because people are no better than pigs. And, like, in real life, the conclusion there should be, we should treat all life similarly. If we value human life, then we should value the lives of every other living thing on the planet. Not, well, humans are shit, so I'm gonna do unto people what we do unto pigs in this world. So I'm gonna butcher people. It's like, no, dude, you fucking idiot. That's not... It's just funny. It's funny when I word it like that, but it's like... Blocking it, I guess? A final act of sabotage. The bastard has been here too. This is the epicenter of his meddlings. This is where it began, and this is where it will end. I will seek the source of this obstruction, and then I will render this sabotage impotent once and for all. He's really not thinking, is he? Having beaten the game years ago and knowing how the story goes, maybe I have a bias. I don't know how clear it is to you if you haven't beaten this game or played the game. I don't know how clear it is to you what's going on right now, but we'll talk about it when it's over. Nice. Flammable, highly corrosive, highly toxic. We need the flaps open so that you can penetrate into the white stuff. It's very important. Oh boy. System offline, manual restart required. Oh boy. Like, you don't think that the machine you're turning on has anything to do with the monsters you've seen? Like, it's really obvious that this...
The air is thin. The little voices tell you, Mandus. They suffocate. They suffocate.
Like, it's really obvious that this machine is part of a problem. And you are not realizing that... Okay.
Set them free. Set them all free.
Like, this is where you walk away, dude. He's not gonna do that.
I breathe again. I rise. I will rise to bleach the sky and still the water. I will spin the world wheel and set the future upon the path to redemption.
Where are my children? You promised me my children!
My time is come. More pig. More pig.
Based. Same, dude. Pigs everywhere.
Boys. Boys. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Mandus, Saboteur. There are feats of engineering contained herein that would make even those clever fellows at the Institute reel with envy. Oh, I'm sure they would envy something like this. Ugh.
And, emerging, I raised my head to an uncaring sun, and I cursed this world of pain and despair. This civilization built on the ricketed bones of the unfortunate, on the greed and swell of mammon and empire.
Right.
Cradling a stone egg in my jacket, I kissed my children farewell, and I crawled my way home.
Came home from that trip and sacrificed his children to this machine. Spare them from something, I guess. Himself? 29th of December, 1899. Can a man construct himself anew? Can a man, on realizing who he is, on what he has become, tear himself apart down to the bricks and begin again? Are our souls just this, tiny cogwheels and clockwork and intricate machines to serve a function that, upon reflection, we might set to a new task? Can a man, defined by his actions, defined by that which he now finds abhorrent, set to sabotaging this body, his machine, until those children of his soul turn in new motion, and he may awake to a new sun, a new year, a new century with hope in his heart? As I reach my hands to the exposed wires, I ask myself this: is redemption possible for such a creature as I? And if not, then surely better to die amongst my creations than to continue to live as a monster. Whew. Don't cry, don't cry, don't cry, don't cry. That's reserved for when the recording stops. Already did.
Where are my children?
Why'd you ask, Mandus? You know the answer well enough.
August 31st, 1899. Children really are the most wonderful, useful creatures. The unfortunates from the orphanage have proved indispensable in cleaning the larger steam pipes. It appears that matter from the slaughtering process may indeed vaporize its source, but drifts like dust through the air and lodges in the pipes, causing them to foul. Periodically, we shut the pressure down and send one of our pixies into the pipes to scrub the reconstituted fat away. Armed with just a shortened broom, our little explorers venture into the dark. Of course, we can only keep pressure down for a short period, so they must be fast, or they risk being trapped and boiled by the superheated vapors when they rush back into the system. Then we will be sending their comrades in afterwards to scrape free the cooling mess. The survivors tell me you can reach all manner of places within the complex through the pipes. I smile, tell them I am so proud, and then feed them to the pigs. You were asking me before about redemption, dude, and I was really feeling you there. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. You take some kids from an orphanage, make them do labor that no experienced adult should ever be forced to do, and then you just kind of feed them to your pigs, the ones who don't die from that labor. Like, okay, dude, I don't know, man. I'm not entirely certain you deserve anything. You know what I mean? Like, I'm pretty sure he's insane.
What are you doing, Piggy? Do you think I will allow you to sabotage me again?
I want my children, you unholy bastard!
Will it hurt them? A cleansing fire always burns, little Mandus, but it purifies and it makes anew. Did it hurt to carve out the fevered flesh? Did it hurt to cut free the gangrenous foot? Ask instead this. Can we save them?
When did I say that? That is not me. That is not me!
He's starting to comment on his own memories. What's going on? Let me see. Ugh. December 1st, 1899. There is a spoon of medicine, I says, and it's a silver spoon what you did get born holding. Ever so painful for Mummy dear, but grasped so hard it was in a little screaming red fist. Later you used your spoon to dig a hole in the garden to get all the way to Mexico, and then you did eat worms with your spoon on the way to stay fat. This spoon was the same you gave your twins. Then you used it to dig a hole to their clockwork souls, and you ate up their hearts like soup on the way to keep you fat. Fat little mole, where will you dig next? I asked. You and your little silver spoon made from the silver spine of your children and wrapped in the hair of your dearly departed. Dear sweet Jesus, my darling Lilibeth, what am I become? So, Christmas is about to round the corner, and now you realize that you murdered your family, dude? Ugh. That's a dead end. This is about to get really hairy real quick, I think. Nope. Okay. Oh. Ignition control control, now to find the ignition controls, and start the machine once more. Elated, I stride forth upon these catwalks. I'm coming, my darlings, I'm almost saved you. Man, that stuff did not age well. Betrayed. So it is done. The saboteur was me, and the voice on the telephone was him. But what of us? How do we connect? Surely I cannot be responsible for all I see about me. I cannot remember. I cannot remember. All I can grasp is a moment when the world split into two pieces and the innards of humanity fell from an orifice turned agape into my open, bifurcated heart. Escape through the pipes. If in the throes of my evil I sent children into the pipes to clean them, then it seems likely there is another entrance I can use to escape this noxious maelstrom of vengeance. I will ignore the burning in my nostrils from the fumes of that godless compound X that fuels these machines, and I will become the saboteur. I will destroy the pressure system, enabling me to enter the pipes without fear. Say 17? Just wait. She is shit. Shit. Ugh. Buddy, that's one piggy pog, two piggy pogs. He's just stopping to look at me. He's like, hey, what are you doing, man? Okay. Ow, shit. Go, man, just go. Holy shit. Go, 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 go.
This is what you dreamt it to be.
I will stop you. I will save them.
You are too late. It begins. My work has begun. Kill them, my piggies. Kill them all.
Pig line access open. Well, that's not good. Oh, God. Whew. Guess we gotta head topside to stop this nonsense again, because this idiot couldn't figure out that he was being lied to the whole time. Like, big scary machinery you have to walk past the entire time. You're like, oh, I'm just gonna turn it on. Little man in the machine just told me to. Anything to save them. Of course, all the offal we cannot sell from our system is donated to the workhouse, making them perhaps the best fattened unfortunates in the whole of London. Yeah, that's great. So he was driven insane, and so he has like this nihilistic view of the world. But he's convinced by the voice in the orb, who's the engineer, the guy on the phone and the machine that we keep hearing. He's convinced that in order to quote unquote save everybody, that he needs to like make a machine that like tortures and kills people, because that's what the other world wants. Like the other dimension in this franchise like thrives off of the torturing of like human beings. Are those guns or fireworks? It's the end. It's the turn of the century, so.
Oh God, no! What have I done?
Oh, the characters are always naked. You can't dress anybody. But I guess frictional and Chinese room are not good at.
Mandus, I know you are out here. I own this city. I am this city.
No! This is not what I meant! This is not what I meant at all!
October 25th, 1899. No one misses the poor. Round up some orphans and the world will thank you for it. Disappear a whore and a gentleman applauds you. Call a beggar and a lady walks safely again. I hate them. I hate them more than any of the others. Okay there, Anakin. This privilege, this pretension. These so-called leaders, these pillars of society, these rich and fanciful, they wear their filth on the inside, but they are no less dirty. I have plans for them all. We will feed them, and then we will feed from them. I think a lot like Daniel, and definitely Alexander, the orb has really turned Mandus into a monster.
Redeem yourselves. Redemption is at hand. Enter the cleansing and set your souls free. You are born in I will die as pigs. Only through my redemption.
Oh God.
will you ascend to the skies and claim the heavens as your kingdom. Fall on your knees. Ashes, ashes, bones and ashes. The pile will reach the ground, and we can have that but this city will shine as a redemption for the world.
Oh, don't crash. Don't crash. Don't crash. Is it? Oh my God. It's frozen. The game is frozen. Oh my God. So what was supposed to happen, you saw that woman there in the doorway. The door's supposed to stay open, and then the piggy pug is supposed to grab her, and then, oh my God, and then that's when the door closes automatically. That didn't happen. The door closed very quickly. Way too soon. Yeah, the game is it is absolutely chugging along. The recording's still getting picked up though. I'm gonna close the game and then I'll record another 5 or 10 minutes, and then we'll do the climax thing, and then I'll be right back with you. Just a sec. Well, that was funny. I'd walked by here earlier, so So that little animation didn't play. Oh, October 24th, day before the last one we saw, I think. One of the ones we had seen. We have set aside an entire wing of the mansion for their parties. We invite them from near and far, and we guzzle them in with fine wine and the finest cuts in all of London. My God, Mandus, but these chops are rather divine. Who is your butcher? Feed them up, for the wine and the grains will also lend a character to the product. Keep the flesh relaxed. Opium and champagne and gravy. A hog roast every night for the Duke and the Duchess. An actress battered and sliced, an artisan in every mouthful, an importer of fine teas stewed in his own leaves. They bicker and breed under the table, by the fireplace, on the carpet stained with wine and fat, whilst long-dead nobles of deformed grace and cold stare watch them from gilded frames along the crooked walls. We will hose it down later, as we shovel them into our machine. God. There's a very not-based piggy pog if they're having their way with people like that. If that's what that was. December 23rd, 1899. I stand and look at myself in the mirror, penis in hand, and my reflection grins at me, and his mouth is full of the sulfur mustards. Vain fool, he sneers. Are you really so very different? Do you genuinely believe your works of evil are any greater than the rest of them? You are simply a weak man, a product of his age, the same as any other. This is empire, cretin. This is the killing idiocy, the natural result of this social Darwinism. If you are evil, then this world is evil. You just let the blood run in the street rather than hiding it in the poorhouse. You hold the blade and slide it home yourself. You do not pay a man to do this for you where you cannot see it. If you are evil, at least yours is an honest evil, and that alone makes you Ubermensch. And thus I wash my hands and take to bed. Yeah, I am playing as a man who masturbated to the thought of ending the world. I'm beginning to see why people didn't like this game very much. I'm just kidding. Hey, little dude. Aw, where are you going? What are you running around for?
Do you hear me, Mandus? This is what you planned.
My favorite part of the game is about to come up, I think. What are we for time? Oh yeah, I'll be able to show it to you. That wall is like just so dark it just absorbs light. That's really weird. have gotta. Those sound like fireworks, though. There's explosions, but like mixture of gunshots too. Is that a note? Holy shit. I swear to God. Is that like... No! No, a mask! So scary. October 25th, 1899. A different strategy for the poor, who mistrust the offered hand, the plate of steaming offal. For them, we are become the disappearance in the night. More efficient and less visible to picking off stragglers and strays is the removal of entire communities in one swoop. Let the ground open under them and fall to the maw. Last month, by activating the doors at shortly after midnight on a balmy Saturday, 57 individual products were obtained in a single catch. I have instructed the workhouse to begin plans for a street festival before the end of summer, to pack out the narrow lanes with a teeming throng, with hundreds of pairs of feet. We have begun to assemble a network of false streets and have extended the holding pens in preparation. A second pig line will be added to enable the system to cope with the increase in traffic. Oh man, that is messed up. Wait, the other one's blocked off now. That's really weird. Whole layout of this thing changed, I think. Oh man, I guess we're gonna have to just sabotage everything all over again. Farming the world. Better than heal the world. A missing vein. I see this now. We must find them. Those scrolls. Those old words written upon metal rods that glow in the half-light of the dusk. This gloaming. There's a whole bunch of stuff that was happening in that chase scene. I didn't get a chance to look at most of it. I never really knew if I was getting chased. I always just assume I did. I looked behind and obviously I was. Let me read this. Mandus is the saboteur. It seems the pressure system is indeed the Achilles heel of this facility. Something I clearly did not realize in my first clumsy attempt at sabotage. If I reroute the steam, I can wreak havoc. The pressure regulator. Some form of steam regulator. I'll wager if I disable it, the damage caused by the rushing steam pressure could be catastrophic, certainly enough to force a temporary stalling of this entire engine. That should cause the steam pressure to drop. Mandus, you clever old goat. I can feel this horror, this grief, this betrayed boil into fury. I will not stand. I will not be undertrodden. If this machine is my heirloom, I am the overman. You're no hero though, dude. Like, this is your fault. Don't forget that. Into the pipes and out of the engines. Now quickly, through the pipes before the pressure returns and they fill with boiling corrosive steam. I sense the machine snarl itself about me, its unholy, inhuman mind coil its slick and send its dark tendrils through its conduits to repair the damage. I will return to the streets. I will fetch help, and I shall lead the people upon the factory, burn it to the ground, and seal this evil place underground forever. Steam vents all about me, the thunder of machinery, the blasts of boiling steam. I cannot pass without fear of scalding. I am a lobster, cracked, my circulation stagnated, my vital motions impeded. The steam will boil my whole unless I can find a way to shut it off. London's burning. London's burning. God forgive me. What I have unleashed. I stand and smell the burning city. I see ash upon the wind. I hear the roars of the sickening beasts and the screams as they fall upon the city and drag its people below for the slaughter. Now I begin to understand what the other composite ingredient of Compound X must be. And I also understand this. It is my responsibility now. I must find a way back to the heart of the machine and complete what I started. Streets and alleys. There are too many of these damnations. These beasts loose on the street to all have come from the engine rooms. As I emerged, I counted 3 of the downable pneumatic lifts, which suggests the machine has been planning this for some time, smuggling routes to the service all about this neighborhood. If my bearings are correct, beyond the alley I should stand directly over the ignition rooms, and I will wager that if I find a pneumatic there, it will carry me back to the machine's heart. Counterattack. I have returned, an angel of vengeance, a saboteur once more. I will find a way to stop this vast enterprise of slaughter. Enough destruction opened the heart before, confuse the machine enough to spring its locks and secret doorways. I must cause it great shock, stab its eyes, poke hot wire into its ears, hammer to its teeth and push glass into every orifice. Then it will gasp, and in that gasp I will scuttle into its throat and stab its heart from the inside. Oh, man. You were born a century too early, my friend. You would have been a great Doom Rider. Oh, shit. I gotta... just... Okay. While it's quieter, next episode may be the last one. I'll see you then.